Dynamite, the director of the behavioral health department for Bexar County, and I have the distinct privilege to be here and be your master of ceremony today. I cannot tell you what an incredible day, what an incredible set of hours you have before you. So I'm just going to begin by asking us to stand for the procession as our graduates enter the room.
Sit down, because I can't see.
You're going to need to sit down. We will repeat these instructions many times. Don't worry. Camera. By the way, you all look marvelous. Just marvelous. One round. That you are wearing a green robe and a graduating cap and tassel. You are here because you've achieved a milestone. You have graduated to another level. You are in fact here for the beginning of the first day of the rest of your life. In the spirit of gratitude, let us ask Deacon Clarence Thomas to come and lead us in prayer. Deacon. Thank you for doing this. We have a great deal of gratitude today. Clarence Thomas.
Let's go before our God. Glorious and gracious Heavenly Father, we come this morning first and foremost of all to say thank you. Thank you for your goodness, your mercy, and your grace. But Heavenly Father, thank you most of all for getting these students to this point. Now let your hand be in everything that they do from this point on and help them and guide them and where they need to go. Heavenly Father, we pray for every agency, department represented here today. Teach them, guide them, lead them, and everyone that is here, Heavenly Father, protect them, keep them safe from every hurt, harm, and danger. Be with us this day as you are with us every single day of our lives. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Wonderful. If you are a family member of a graduate, would you please stand? Family member of a graduate, would you please stand? There is nothing. If you are a friend of a graduate and family, stand up. I grew up about 3 blocks from here, in Cajon de Avila, in Vera Street. And this district has always been very special to me, as this is graduation. But what is also special is that the leadership of this county and the city is with you. Here today with us. It is my incredible pleasure, and I really do mean that, to be able to introduce Council Member Terry Castillo, District 5. Councilman Castillo.
Afternoon and congratulations, graduates. I'm Councilwoman Terry Castillo, and I'm proud to represent the working people of District 5. As many of you all know, District 5 is our city's most economically poor city council district, and we have the highest concentration of formerly incarcerated individuals. And with that, it's a priority for us to continue to collaborate and support the great work of these programs that continue to support folks that need to get connected with services that we know work, right? So I'm extremely honored to be here with Judge Wook, Judge Von Rangel, and the work of the team that y'all continue to do to uplift our communities. We've been in the midst of a pandemic, so I commend you all for leading and working through the program when there's so many things going on, right? We know there's housing insecurity, it's difficult to find a job that's paying quality wages, healthcare, so on and so forth. So I want to commend you all for trekking through these treacherous times and sticking to the program that we know is going to continue to lead you on a pathway of success. Again, we know these programs work, and I want to ensure that we continue to support the folks that are helping us move these programs forward. This program, right, I currently just put some funds into my cousin's account who's currently in the county jail, right? And I was extremely humbled driving here and to be here with you all, because I know how impactful these programs can be. And my hope is that, you know, for my family who's currently in county jail in Dominguez, to have been connected with programs like this. So I want to commend you all for that work that y'all continue to do rather. And it's going to be hard, right? Because life's hard. But I want to suggest that, right, you find that passion, that fight, right? Whether it's healthcare, housing, social justice, find that fight and that fire, and get connected with organizations that are doing that work, right? Because together we're stronger and we can uplift our communities. And I want to congratulate you on that work. And I know we are all going to be extremely successful. So congratulations.
Let me take with 5 minutes to know when someone speaks from the heart. Today. I have an almost impossible task of having to introduce our next two judges. It truly is impossible. We got till what, 5 o'clock this afternoon? I got to do it another time. But I'm gonna give it a go. Graduates, you all know what you went through to get to this point, and it wasn't easy. And you had to make a choice. You were either going to do it or not, and you did it. I had the privilege of getting to meet very briefly each and every one of us, every one of the graduates. And I tell you, I could write a book from just the wisdom that I heard in that little patch of green right there. And it was humbling, very humbling, and it was amazing to hear the things that I heard. I learned how to take things one at a time. I learned not to do drugs. I learned to believe in myself. And actually, I learned that I voted for the right judge. True story, true story. So, as Councilwoman Castillo mentioned, there's a lot of sadness and there's a lot of things that we wish our family members didn't go through. But this next judge and the next two judges, I can assure you, they are working to make things right, to implement the true meaning of justice. It is not right to go to jail because you have an illness. You have diabetes, you have heart disease, if you have high blood pressure, you don't go to jail. These two folks do something about it. Judge Huff is our judge for County Court 12. Graduates, I know you can back me up on this. To say that she is a ball of fire is to diminish a ball of fire. I often say to her, my only problem with Judge Huff is that I can't keep up with her. My God, 2 seconds and you gotta go and you gotta go and you gotta go. And I can remember when she first took the bench, she went, why? Why? Why are we doing it this way? Why aren't the courts together? Why don't people know about it? We gotta get out there and she has not stopped since. It is with great pleasure and true honor to be introduced our judge of the County Court 12, the Honorable Yolanda Huff. Your Honor.
Thank you, Gilbert, for those kind words. It cost me the energizer bunny. So I am Judge Yolanda Huff. I preside over County Court 12. It is a criminal misdemeanor bench. And I also preside over the misdemeanor mental health court. So it is true, when I took the bench and I won in 2018 and I was sworn in on January 1 of 2019. And it was just a lot of gaps I saw. I've been a defense attorney for the felony drug court program. So I knew about special courts. I knew how well they were. So I just came with all these ideas of how I want to just improve them. My kids, my team, they call me extra. Yes, I am extra, but I'll say that because I really do want the participants to see how proud I am of them, of this great accomplishment. And they'll tell you, I'll say throughout, our court session, these programs are hard. They were designed to be that way. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Right? When people want to come into the program, the defense attorneys will say, why should I let my client, advise my client to go to the mental health court program? It's hard, it's 12 months, a year. They can be literally criminal mischief. You could be out in 2 days. It's a J study in 2 days. And I'll say, okay, you don't have to come. I'm not going to beg anyone to come, but I'll tell you what, I'll see your client cycle in again until they get that true help they need. And I don't even say that the reward is you get your cases mixed. I don't really care about that. The reward is that all these participants are starting on a new path. They realized that something was going on in their lives. They were in the judiciary, they had mental health issues, and often substance abuse, dual diagnosis. That's the reward to me. And I truly say to them all the time, this program is hard. It is designed to be that way, but you can do it. There is nothing in life that is worth having that is ever easy to obtain, right? Mothers, is it hard? Is it easy to have a baby? Is it easy to raise a child to 18? Is it easy to have a good marriage? Is it easy to buy a new home? To graduate law school, medical school? These things are hard to do, but the reward is that it's worth it. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So they know I don't like to hear that, but it is hard, but you can do it. And all of the participants, every last participant in the mental health court is here today, because I want them to see their fellow participants graduate. I want them to be inspired. I want them to see, if they can do it, you can do it. I say this to my children, my children's friends, there's nothing special about me. If you have a dream and you want to do it, you can do it. That's what it takes to me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. There is nothing special about Yolanda Hub. If I can do it, you can do it. And I say this to people all the time, you can do it. There's no limit. The only limit is that the limit you put on yourself. Man, I want to welcome everyone here today. I purposely have this away from the courthouse because I want the community to see this. I want all of you guys to see what the judiciary is doing in the way of the specialty court, the mental health court, right? These are wonderful programs, and lots of people in the community don't know these programs even exist. We have 14 specialty courts, and moving away from the courthouse, have it over here, more people come. I post about it, my son's kids be mom, you're an influencer. Me and my 14 followers. So, I've always posted about the wonderful things. I want the community to understand about the judiciary. I want the community to understand about the specialty court. Because like I'll say to the people like Councilwoman, other people that come, elected officials, these are your constituents too. Learn about these programs, right? Understand that this is helping the judiciary. Me and my big mouth, I'm all over it. Forming the coalition, handing those books, I carry them in my car. I'm always out there just talking and preaching up and explaining to the community about how wonderful the specialty courts are and how they help people in our community. So before I step aside and let Judge Rahel go, I want to introduce a couple of the dignitaries we have here today. I want to thank Councilwoman Terry Castillo for coming. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Former Councilman Keith Tony of District 2 is here. Wonderful person. Miss Marion Thomas, Miss Marion. She's the director of the Blessed Angels Municipal. Miss Marion gives every participant that wants for all 14 special courses. If they want a Thanksgiving dinner, a big turkey, groceries, so much you have to have a car, water, dog food, dairy first. She'll say, well, they didn't sign up, but I've heard her say this before. But you know what? The Lord will make a way, so I'll never refuse anyone. Bless me when she said that. She is so wonderful. Thank you.
Congratulations, this is your day. This is our day to acknowledge your efforts. Please know that every single day in the last 2 years or so, you've had to make a decision and you made it. You could have gone left, but you went right. Get it right the right way, skillfully. And for that, your family thanks you, we thank you, and you can tell that the community is behind you and will continue to be behind you. But you must continue to push. You must continue to go forward. Going forward is exactly what our next speaker is. I first met Judge Rangel several years ago, and he's big smile. If you know him, he's like a teddy bear. He's always smiling. And one day I said, oh, somebody asked me, do you know Judge Rangel? And I went, yeah. And their response to me was, well, he's really mean. Well, what do you mean? I said, well, look. And they showed me a YouTube video. And there was Judge Rangel. He had, unfortunately, for whatever, had sentenced someone to a long jail sentence, and he had this serious face. And I went, wow, that's him. That's him. But he is passionate about doing the right thing. He is actually our Judicial District Court judge for the 379th. I asked him this morning, I said, Judge, why do they refer to you as a state district judge? I didn't know this because he can go all over the state and judge folks. He is an incredibly busy man, but incredibly supportive of mental health and behavioral health. He gets it. He also heads our felony mental health court. It is a pleasure. He's the first one to say, this is going great, and the first one to say, this is not so great. We are truly grateful, Judge, that your mother and father had you. Thank you very much, Judge Ron Rangel.
Gilbert, I'm also truly grateful my parents decided to have me. Thank God for that. And really, since Gilbert took over, well, since the county created the Department of Behavioral Health and was intelligent enough to put Gilbert in that position, the county has moved forward in so many different ways. It's truly. There is one thing I gotta disagree with Judge Huff about. So I first met her in 1993 when we started law school together.
You're aging us.
1993. And I knew, I probably met her the first week of school, if not the first day. I knew that she was special and destined for great things. And so we're very fortunate to have her on the bench. And frankly, I just kind of follow her as it relates to these kind of courts. So thank you, Judge Huff, for what you do. You know, I handle, sort of, Gilbert kind of brought up this issue, I handle felony cases. So we do death penalty cases, first degree felonies on down to state jail felonies. These are very serious crimes. And the hardest part of the job is to deal with somebody who's young, who does not have a bad heart, does not have a bad thought in their mind. And we had a conversation about this earlier with somebody that I just talked to just a bit ago. And they do something without thinking, and somebody as a result of it gets hurt. Think of somebody who's driving, 17, 18-year-old person gets into a car accident and kills 4 people. That's one of the first cases I had to handle. And of course, all those parents of those 4 people wanted the death penalty because it were young, 17, 18-year-old kids coming from a prom. Every time you sentence somebody who is not a bad person, but they have to do some real prison time, it takes a piece of my heart, right? It affects you in a way that you'll never get that back. The thing that is opposite of that, the best part of the job, truly the thing that heals the heart, is being here at this graduation, seeing these wonderful, beautiful folks coming forward with a new chapter in their lives. And frankly, there's nothing that makes us more proud than to see you at this stage and to know that you have support. Because frankly, talking about my parents, nobody can make it through life without support. And that's community support, love of people around you. And for all of you that are here to support these wonderful graduates, thank you so much for what you do. And apart from that, who really should be up sitting in that one chair as a group, they don't fit, that's why they have me sitting there, is the staff, the people that actually get together, the team of the mental health court, that get together, staff, exactly what's going on. They got the heart. You know, people can just check in and check out of work. These folks don't do that. These folks come in, all of you, these folks come in and give their life to make sure that they see individuals move forward and take that step in a positive direction. So I would love it if you're a staff member of a mental health court or the felony mental pretrial diversion program, if you could stand up so we can acknowledge you, because you deserve that. Very fortunate to have you working with us. And so thank you for having me here. I am just humbled to be present and observe this beautiful occasion. And I look forward to celebrating today and the rest of our lives together. So thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Graduates, thank you. Just thank you. That's it. Thank you. You have put a lot of smiles on a lot of people today, and you can continue to do so. So thank you. Now, this is a good, we're getting to the good stuff now. We've got some really, really wonderful speakers lined up for you. And this is, I need to like take my pen out and start taking notes here. It's my pleasure to introduce Dwayne Snap. He's a licensed professional counselor. By the way, they're in high demand right now. He works for the Chosen for Hope Counseling, and I can tell just instantly he is a servant. Because the first thing I hear him talk about is children. How important it is to care for our children. Ladies and gentlemen, Dwayne Snap. He's got to get it right. I was wrong, he's right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
A little bit better than that. I was in the Army for just a tad bit. So let's try this one more time. Good morning. Much better, much better. Good morning, council members, honorable and distinguished judges, keynote speakers, and thank you to the Honorable Judge Yolanda Huff for this opportunity to speak to you all this morning. I'm standing here before you, but I have to say, most importantly, thank you to you, the graduates of the spring class mental health specialty court, for all of your hard work, your determination, and your efforts. Congratulations. I have a few moments, so I want to make this as impactful as I can, and I'm going to take my seat. Congratulations on your second chance. Congratulations on starting the next phase of your life. What if I told you today is the day for you to live out your purpose now? Today is the day for you to live out your purpose now. Some of us say, one day I'm going to do this, or one day I'm going to do that. One day I will go to school and get my degree. Or one day I'll wake up and get sober, maybe get clean. Or one day I'll go to church. Or one day I will work on the important relationships in my life. One day I might own my own business. Well, one day may never come. Today is the day for you to live out your purpose now. Rick Warren stated, we are products of our past, but we don't have to be prisoners to it. I'll say that again for the people in the back. Rick Warren said, we are products of our past, but we don't have to be prisoners to it. Your past failures and experiences are key for you to move forward. Your past failures and your experiences are key for you to move forward. So why is failure key to our success? Failure gives us the opportunity to bounce back. Failure gives us the chance and opportunity to bounce back, to learn from our mistakes, and to help us appreciate our success. Failure teaches us experience, knowledge, purpose, and resilience. Failure teaches us experience, knowledge, purpose, and resilience. Make no mistake, there will be more barriers and obstacles on your journey to success. Old friends and family members, your old neighborhood, or maybe your current hood and neighborhood. Family, friends, yes. Lack of opportunities. There will be many, many more obstacles. But remember, today is the day. Today is the day. Listen, lest you think this speech is about your failures, I want to share this with you, and then I'll be off to take my seat. This is your chance to live your purpose now. Congratulations on all of your hard work, your focus, your determination, and your commitment, and all of your future success. I'm going to leave you with this quote from
who many believe to be the greatest of all time in his sport, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Mike Jordan, Air Jordan. This is what he said. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games 26 times. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Congratulations on all your hard work.
Next speaker, Ivana Bonner. Is that right?
That's correct.
And I'm paranoid. Ivana Bonner, licensed clinical social worker, also chosen for Hope Counseling. And I just had the privilege of meeting her today. You know, we all have this sense when you meet someone, especially when you meet a good person. And that's Ivana. We're so glad to have her here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, Ivana Bonner.
Morning. Good morning. Hey, I'm at the age where I need these glasses. These glasses. Good morning, Judge Huff, distinguished guests, staff, friends, family, and last but definitely not least, honorees. Let me first say that it is an honor and a privilege to be a part of the celebration of such a momentous accomplishment. Congratulations on a job well. As you know, and many have stated, today is the beginning of the next chapter of your life. And just like the many challenges that you've endured while completing the program, they will continue to arise as you navigate the state of course. However, you have skills such as perseverance, commitment, dedication, and resilience to help guide you. You have repeatedly demonstrated these skills, not only to the staff, but to yourself that you can do this. And you did it. Today is evidence that you've challenged yourself head on, and you have the courage to continue. Take a minute to acknowledge that you are the author of your story, which gives you the power to narrate your life. The road will still present challenges and red flags, which y'all heard the term red flags, that will present as obstacles. These red flags are subtle at times and not so subtle at times. People, places, things, and or behaviors that put us back on track to self-destruction. Whenever you are challenged with one or more of these red flags, I'd like to offer you a new definition for red flags that may be helpful. Are resilience that you demonstrated during this past year, during the school. As I understand it, challenging those. E, energize your brain to remember everything that you've accomplished to get where you are today. D, dedicate all of your time to being the best version of you. F, focus on what brings you peace. L, live in each moment and acknowledge the progress that you've made. So many times we've lost over the things that you've done. So acknowledge the things that you've done and the progress that you've made. A, accept you for you and do not compare yourself to anyone. You are perfectly made for you. And G, gratitude. Gratitude that you've made it to another day with a new opportunity to start over again. In closing, you've made some tremendous strides to get where you are today. Again, congratulations on your accomplishments and embrace the red flags. I leave you with two quotes, because I'm emphasizing, And I think they're both good. Okay, so the first one, a comeback is a lesson that did its homework, learned the lesson, and moved forward. That's the first. And the last one, and that's from, it's unknown. And then the last one, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Again, congratulations. I wish you all the best.
The next speaker is gonna be very, very hard to introduce. Really gonna be very hard to introduce. And Sally Youngford knows exactly what I'm talking about. Our next speaker is Jessica Smaro. She's the general life coach school. I tell you, when I need a coach, I'll go to her. But what I wanted to tell you is that for 2 years, as a part of the behavioral health department in its infancy in its growing state, Jessica held the reins of multiple operational facets as the manager for the behavioral health department. And I will venture to say that many of us, if not all of us sitting here right now, are benefiting from actions that she directly took on your behalf. I can convey. Besides that, you think Judge House got energy? I made the mistake one time. She asked me a question. She said, you know, can I have some questions? And I said, yeah, ask all the questions you want. Oh, yeah. Non-stop, 24 hours, text me. But why are we doing this? And why are we doing it this way? This is not right. This is, and you can imagine, she is truly someone who has contributed. And I'm so glad that she is using her powers for good, ladies and gentlemen. Jessica Smaro, with great grace.
Dang, after that introduction, now I'm like, what am I gonna say? Hold on tight, I have a speaker. Well, nice to be here. Look, I just want to take a moment. Like, what you guys did something that resulted in all of these people being here today, making a really big deal about you guys. So I'm just really grateful to be here. And as I was thinking about being here today, I was thinking about all the work that you guys have done to get where you are today and everything that you guys have gone through. And it reminded me of something I heard a woman say recently. She said, everything that is beautiful doesn't come from beautiful things. And she was talking about diamonds and truffles, right? These things that come from the dirt, the rocks, like truffles come underneath tree roots, right? But then they become high cost, high value items. And it's such a great reminder that we're not defined by where we come from. We're not defined by our starting point. So today, I'm going to share with you guys 5 tips, 5 reminders, 5 things that remind us to show up and be the liver of lives, as the great Maya Angelou said, and 5 reminders that there is something in all of us that is not limited by our circumstances or our past. So number 5, I don't know if maybe y'all have heard this, that we are the average of the 5 people that we surround ourselves with, right? So think about the 5 people that you spend the most time with, right? Reflect on who are the people who helped you get here today? Who are the people who maybe contributed to some stumbling blocks, right? We want to be intentional about who we're around. And also I want to remind us that if you are in a room and you look around and you're the healthiest and happiest and most resourceful person in the room, you might want to find another room. Again, we want to be intentional about surrounding ourselves with people who will encourage us and inspire us to grow into the highest and fullest version of ourselves. And number 4, it's a 4-letter word that starts with F, but we in God's country, so it's not that word, it's not that 4-letter word. The 4-letter word is fear. Fear is a liar. Like fear of fear is the actual culprit. And our brains are wired for survival. So at the slightest hint of discomfort, our brain is like full stop. But the problem is, it is not protecting us from the saber-toothed tiger, right? It's actually stopping us from showing up for our life. So imagine like the things that, like think about just even in the course of this program, the uncomfortable things, the fearful things, the fear of messing up, right? The fear of not getting the job and maybe it was required as a program, the fear of speaking your truth, the fear of letting yourself be seen, the fear of having love and losing it, right? And those things were probably worth showing up anyway, right? So I like to think about discomfort. What if that was actually the sign that you're doing it right? If you're feeling a little nauseous about something you're about to do, it might mean you're on the right track. It probably means you're stepping outside your comfort zone, and we know that the life that we want is just on the other side of it, right? So we feel fear, allow it to come, allow it to pass, and if there's still a little bit of fear there, like grab it, throw it in the back seat, it can come along for the road trip. The whole crew can come, like fear, anxiety, self-doubt, we ride at dawn, right? They can come along for the road trip, right? But they come along as passengers. Never under any circumstance do they get to make decisions or put their hand on the steering wheel of your life, okay? All right, number 3, 3 words, I am here. You all are here today because you have done the work. You are willing to see beyond negative self-talk, beyond your limiting beliefs. You are willing to show up and do the hard things. So I'm gonna play a few seconds of a song, because I like music. And I would invite you all to place your hand, and everyone in the room, place your hand in the heart center and close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. If not, just simply gaze downward. And I just want you to allow these words to wash over you and feel them in your body. And it's so important to like go into your body sometimes, and you can generate whatever feeling comes up for you now, you can use that later. So I'm gonna see if I can make this technology work. Go ahead and close your eyes and hear the words. Hopefully an ad doesn't play as I start this. Oh, hold on. Stand by. Oh, here we go. Bluetooth connected. Eyes closed.
I am enough, I can make anywhere go. My fingers are clenched, my stomach's in knots, my heart it is racing, but afraid I am not.
Open your eyes. Oh yeah.
I'm already sick of bottom, so there's nothing to fear.
Or no, and then feel it in your body. Like you guys can generate that anytime you need it. Like you are here, right? At amusement parks, they have those maps with the little stars on them that say you are here. It orients us to where we are so we can see where we want to go. Like this is where you are today. Where are you going to go from here, right? Like if flash forward 3 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, when you look around and you say, I am here, where are you going to be? All right, number 2. Number 2 is a quote from Mark Twain, and we didn't even like coordinate this, but this might sound like something you heard in his talk. The quote is, the 2 most important days in our life are the day that you're born and the day that you find out why. What is your purpose? What is your higher calling? Mental health court and recovery provide a second chance at life. What are you going to do with it? And what is your answer going to be when you ask, why am I here? And number 1 in 400 trillion. Those are the chances of all of us being here as in on this planet. Like the sun, moon, stars, carbon, oxygen, sperm, egg, all those things. All the things came together to create you. Like you have something to offer. You have something to give. You're not a mistake. You're not a fluke. You're a 1 in 400 trillion miracle, magical unicorn. Make sure you act like it. Right? So in closing, I want to share an excerpt from a gift that I received on my last day working at Bexar County in the Department of Behavioral Health. And it said, this is for the one who have found their way and the one who is still searching. This is for the one who counts their blessings and who is a blessing to others. This is for the dreamer and the dancer and the music maker. For the one brave enough to jump into their future life and the one still standing on the edge. This is for the one who takes the path and for the one who creates their own. This is for the one who fights, believes, creates, and inspires. This is for you. Congratulations on everything you did to earn your seat here today. Well done, graduates.
Let's give a round of applause to all 3 of our speakers today. It's just an incredible Number one, now is the time. Number two, resilience. Number three, you are an unrepeatable person. Graduates, you created the fact that all of us came together because of what you've done and what you've accomplished. So thank you very much. For our next segment, I'd like to introduce Judge Hoff to introduce the mental health team and graduate.
I'm gonna take the speakers. So, capture this moment in time. I'm gonna call up the speakers one more time, one by one. So our first, Mr. Nate, please stay. Thank you. Now we're gonna so at this time, I'm going to each introduce my team. So they're shy, some of them, so as I call their names, I want them to stand up because I'm so proud of them and I want you guys all to see them. Okay, so my court manager is Michelle Salazar. Court case managers, Azalia Barosa Baldaris. Charlotte Reyes is the office assistant. She's the one that most of you guys made first contact with to get into the mental health court, Charlotte. Jay Asensio Release is our probation officer. You guys for Shayna Bandy Henry, Officer Bandy. May 3rd, not May 13th, so she had made her vacation. She celebrated her anniversary of her wedding, so she couldn't be here. We changed the dates on her. But Shayna's awesome. Clarissa Leal, Samantha Turpin, Silk Gonzalez, Maria. So that team, awesome. They stuck with me all through COVID, so I really appreciate you guys for that. Michael Canetta is our OCR clinical assessor. Is Michael here? Michael? Now I'm going to introduce the Crystal counseling team. Joshua Lugo is the supervisor. We have April Coben, Mark Hill, they're following judge's orders. Now, for County Clerk 12, Herman Booker is my court coordinator. Jamie Gonzalez and Christian Rauer are the assistant DAs. Silver and Robert, oh, no, I'm not going to say Robert's last name right. Ohansian, court clerks for County Clerk 12. My court reporter. No, not today. Brian O'Donnell, Renee Munoz are. All right, so now they just find my help.
All right, the real stars of the felony mental health pretrial diversion court team. Now, a lot of these names are going to sound the same. This is our second graduation in the felony program. The program started about 1.5 years ago, I'm going to say. And so these folks are taking double duties, working extra hard, making sure that these courts run effectively. And really, as I've said as much as I can, not often enough, wouldn't happen without you. I just kind of show up, which is kind of the nature of judging sometimes. But this is a different situation. These are people that put their hearts and souls into making sure that they make our community a better place. So let's honor them today for the work that they do. The court manager, Michelle Starr Salazar. The case managers, Azalia Barroso Valderas and Adrian D. Rodriguez. I extend those legs, fully acknowledge us. We know you're there. Office Assistant Charlotte Reyes. Right. Pretrial Bond Officer Shayna Bandy Henry. Who probably speaks for about 70% of the staffings, which is a good thing. I learned quite a bit from her. Center for Healthcare Services, Clarissa Leal, Samantha Turpin, Sil Gonzalez, and Maria Miller. The Ozark Clinical Assessor, Michael Guerra. Counseling, a lot of the same folks, and who I had the pleasure to purchase lunch for. Joshua Lugo in the back and the team, April Colton, Randy. True way to look at cases in a much forward viewpoint, not the traditional style of prosecution, but a style which is so effective and is so important with the mental health court team. Sally Unterfer, Assistant District Attorney. Thank you all.
So now, this is the part that many people come to hear. It's going to be the two testimonials for the mental health board. So the first person I have is Darla Darcy to come up. Darla is a participant who has overcome many obstacles. She is a survivor who values her self-worth and has gained a new sense of autonomy. Her resilience proves change is possible and has had a strong impact on her overall well-being. Darla is a model participant and graduate that has utilized all the tools and support from the mental health court team. So this time, come on up, Darla.
Good morning. Thank you all so much for coming. I literally have no idea what I'm about to say. I'm a procrastinator, which is the opposite of progression, which is bad, but I'm trying to do better. I will guide on the Holy Spirit right now to help me what I'm going to say, because I'm a Bible believer and Jesus is my best friend. So, about a year ago, I thought my life was over. I thought I had no chance to redeem myself from the circumstances that I was in. And I went to, I believe, well, I've been a client of the Center for Healthcare Services, which is an amazing place in San Antonio. I've been a member, a client since 2018. I encourage anyone here to seek out those services because they're here for all of us as residents of San Antonio. But I found myself in Clarissa's office, a basket case, sobbing my eyes out. I don't know what to do. I shouldn't be here. Oh, I was a nut. But with this team, with this amazing team, which is Clarissa, which is Samantha, which is Adrian, which is Shannon, which is Judge Huff, and just many, many more. My therapist, Carolyn Ulinsky, Diane, just all these people, they literally are a team that not only are just doing their job, which they, pretty sure they get paid for, but they not only do that, when I call them When I call their number, they don't say, hello, who am I speaking to? They say, hey, Darla, what's going on? They know it's me and they care. They literally care. And if I'm having a bad day, it might be a personal problem, they're there and they're like, you know what, we can do this. I got overwhelmed a few months ago, threw my hands up and I said, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I was going through a lot of personal stuff. I'm a recovering domestic violence person and a recovering addict. And I just literally thought I couldn't do it anymore. And the team said, you know what? We can do this. And it wasn't you can do it. It was we can do this. And that's what they've done. They have been here for me and they have encouraged me that my life is important and I am worthy. And so I would love very much, well, so proud of all of you, my classmates, so proud of you. Everyone here that is in the program right now, you can do this. You're gonna have those days where you're gonna say like I did, done, completely done, forget it. Put me on probation, I'm done. But just remember, this team is here for you. They're doing this for us. They're not doing it for themselves. They're doing it for us. So I encourage everyone in the program right now, you're gonna be here soon. You're gonna be here in December, doing exactly what we're doing today. And you can do this. And you can be a thriving member of San Antonio. And you know what I love about that is that I know that I'm in this position right now, right? But I feel literally so strongly about mental health and getting rid of that stigma that I hope, strongly hope, that the next time I see all of you, it will be in a professional capacity. You know, I want to fight for this stigma to be gone. Because it's okay to have mental disorders. It's okay to have mental health problems. It's not your fault. But it's your responsibility to take care of it and reach out, reach out. You can do this, y'all. You can do it. And I thank y'all so much for having me. Thank you for being here. And I just love all of you. You're my brothers and sisters.
That's gonna be a real treat. So our next testimonial is Caitlin Faust. Caitlin came to the program wanting help. Caitlin has been one that from the beginning, she's just been so engaged. You will get those. You'll get some that you just gotta drag across the finish line, and you'll get those that from day one, man, they're leaning in, and the team knows what I'm talking about. She always puts her family first, and she's very goal-oriented. She's great at using the tools that have been offered to her. Willing to do whatever it takes. She's made some tremendous sacrifices to make changes. She's completely turned her life around for the better, and she's starting a whole new chapter. And I know Caitlin is going to be going to school soon. So I introduce you to Caitlin Faust, our next testimonial.
Hi, everyone. So this has been a wild roller coaster for me. I came into this program. I remember my lawyer, after I was arrested, told me that I just needed to have hope that it would happen and that I would get lucky to get into a program like this. Because I have 3 charges coming into it. It's very uncommon for somebody with multiple charges to be led into a program like this, and I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for the whole team, for Judge Hunt, for the DA, for everybody looking at me and saying, you are worth it. You can do this. You are meant to do something good in this world. I never shared with you, Judge Hunt. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't. I feel very guilty for saying that because
My kid's running around right now, just actually so cute. But this program saved my life, and I almost feel so guilty for saying that, not that he wasn't enough, but I needed to be enough for myself, because if I'm not good, how can I be good for this little guy? Be the mother that I am today. I wouldn't be the partner that I am today. I wouldn't be the daughter that I am today if it wasn't for this program and all of these people that have worked with me and supported me through it. You have saved my life, and I am so grateful for that. I am so incredibly grateful for that. I know you said it was school soon. I am getting the privilege to start school. My class starts on Monday. It just fell perfectly in line with graduation and being able to start my new chapter of who I am. So I'm moving in a very, very positive direction, and it is hard to work here. I know I put in the work, but if I didn't have the support from everybody that met the program, Darla, from my husband, I couldn't have done. So I'm so still in the program. Like Darla said, you are going to be here. It is so incredible to be standing on this stage right now. It was so hard, and it's such a long year, but it's also not such a long year. Just keep going. There's so many times that I thought that I should just quit and that it wasn't worth it, that I didn't deserve to be in the position that I'm standing in currently. Please keep going. You are worth it. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of peace. You are worthy of a good life. You are worthy of yourself. And I hope you all know that. And thank you, everybody. Sorry if I'm nervous. I don't do public speaking.
That's beautiful. All these folks in the program are on a volunteer basis, right? You don't have to go through the program. It is a very difficult program to do. I know, just from my observations. So our next person in the family mental health group, very proud. Only had a couple of graduates. Ashley Kay is somebody who, first time I saw her, had a big, beautiful smile. Some folks carry with them an aura that you can sense that they have just a heart of joy, a truly positive person. And sometimes all of us go through ups and downs, but she always seemed to maintain that positive demeanor every time I saw her. She indicated immediately she was motivated and grateful to be in the program, wanted to get treatment. She referenced her children as a big motivation for that. And sometimes in the criminal justice system, folks sort of use their children. They say, don't send me away. I have children that I care for. And you know sometimes that they use that sort of as a crutch. That is not Ashley's case. Ashley truly had a desire to improve her life because she knew that by starting with herself, that her children would be the beneficiaries of that. She learned to prioritize herself. She built that confidence in herself. And it's wonderful to see throughout the year that we worked with her. She learned how to manage life balance. So it is my true honor to bring up to the stage to hear her testimonial, Ashley Kay. Yes, let's hear it.
Well, good morning, everybody, and happy graduation. Today we're here to celebrate successfully meeting the requirements of the program, and today is a great day to celebrate. We're all success stories, and we all deserve recognition. And this was a great program, and I'm proud to say that it yielded positive results. We now have the education and focus that we need to sustain stability and invest in our future. And we also know that we can conquer tough times. Some of the concepts I learned in collaboration with personal counseling will forever change my life. Now I have the ability to focus on areas of my life that I need to address, and which beforehand I would not have been able to acknowledge. I learned how to recognize the facts and importance of this program, and I can now make known that I am stable and functioning. I'm actively participating in therapy and I'm operational. And today I just want to share with you some key concepts that you can use to get through your program. To me, having mastered these skills was very worthy of my time, and we all have guidelines that we need to follow to ensure success. Our growth in this program is vital. If we listen and pay attention to the progress that we are making, we will become better people. We'll be able to focus on downtime and achieve tranquility. And you can enjoy simple things in your life and maintain peace. I'd now like to explain a few ways to nurture your health and stay well. These are some of the tools and concepts I used to help me get through my journey during the past year. If you want a different life, you need to learn the steps towards mastering your life and achieving independence. Mastering your life is to live in alignment with our true selves. It's the ability to have self-control and to have clarity on what's important to you. So just discover your strengths and your weaknesses. And by knowing and being yourself, you're better able to acknowledge things and ask questions that you normally wouldn't. You have the patience and the faith that allow you to accept what it is. So some main areas of your life you can recognize to help you are called the 7 areas of life. And these will build the structure that you need to succeed in any situation. You'll find that you're able to cope with different circumstances that you may encounter in life. And the points that you really want to focus on are safety, understanding and growth, love and acceptance, contribution, esteem, identity and significance, self-direction, and self-fulfillment. These are keys to success in my opinion. And some other tools are your coping skills. When just getting by day-to-day is playing for you, immerse yourself with the ideas of coping with distress. Learn how to deal with your problems in a calm and adequate manner. And coping means you're confronting the issue, and that's all that anybody can ask you to do in the program. So you can keep things in perspective and develop good coping skills by looking for connections to make it build healthy relationships, nurturing the positive view of yourself, accepting change, and taking action to move towards the goal. You can also practice relaxation, deep breathing, meditation, or even listen to music. Just anything you can do to prioritize. And using your time well will definitely work. So recognize your strengths and weaknesses, and just remember to stay positive, utilize your coping skills, and protect yourself. And another good stepping stone to recognizing is to recognize persons, places, and things. Everyone has secrets. You'll eventually find out red flags that you can see around them. You'll need to know what kind of person you're around, what places you're in when you're with them, and what kind of things you'll be exposed to. Asking yourself these 3 questions when you're making connections will definitely save your life. And if you keep these strategies in mind, you'll be able to find good people to bring into your new life, not just someone from the past who's going to get you in trouble. And you can also find good references and materials from your counselors on social events that you can attend. And just remember, your environment's also one of the most important things to keep up with. So be confident that those around you share the same goals, and always keep an escape plan in case you're somewhere that you can't deal with eventually. So just take baby steps and always make sure you're comfortable. As for me, I was never the type to listen or take advice, and I certainly wouldn't believe that a program would work for me. I was one of the worst. The problem was that I was convinced that I was mostly fine, and I'd never make it apparent that I needed help. I was always on drugs, and I believed that no matter what, nobody would ever understand me. But during this chapter of my life, I was sick, and I had to come to that conclusion. I was combative, rebellious, reluctant, drugged up, and homeless. And I was hallucinating and thought that everyone was against me and out to hurt me. I was so unmanageable that I was sent to the state hospital for evaluation. And I was immediately put on medication for schizophrenia. So I know that my disease is permanent, and I must continue on my meds and stay on the right path. So I have to stay responsible when making any decisions now. And I know I still have the rest of my life to go, and that medications are not everything, but I know now that with COVID and reflection, I'll have the ability to understand any underlying standards of my disease. And I'll be able to make a positive change in my life, which I really want. And I'll have the principles and discipline to help keep me succeed. So it wasn't as hard as I thought just to open up to the counselors. They were very welcoming and genuine. And I got good advice, and the more I used the skills that filled up my days, the better I felt. I came to the understanding that all these steps and skills were the biggest assets of my life. And so I embraced them, and all I had to do was listen, sink in the information, and follow the rules of the program. So when you complete the program, you should be confident, proud of the time that you invested in yourself, and proud of the strides that you've made, and you should have all the skills that you need to continue to maintain your stability. And you should be happy with who you've become. So just stay positive, keep educating yourself, and don't give up, and see what you've been taught and utilize the tools that were given to you. So this is all about our future, and let's take the time to invest.
Also inspiring. So we have something to give each one of the three. If we could have Caitlin, Darla, and Ashley.
Just a little token of our appreciation. Believe me, it takes a lot to get up here and slow yourself here with your vulnerability. So I'm we don't ask anyone if they want to do this, they want to share it, to pay it forward. And so these three that came, then I always like to say to the team, I can give them a little appreciation, a little token, because I know that this is hard to get up here before family and friends and strangers and just make yourself vulnerable. So I really appreciate it. I'm truly the team. Thank you so much. Right. So the two, I think Josh and Clarissa.
Ready for the main event, boys and girls?
All right. Salvador Mercedes. I would like to thank Adrian, Sam, and Officer Ruiz for helping complete this program. I would like to thank my mom and dad for their support. I have learned that everything can be achieved with commitment and help from others. Here's the starting of your chapter.
I forgot that part. I'm supposed to hand it to you.
Sergio Calderon. I am glad that I have been given the opportunity to participate in this program. Although it was rough, it helped me stay focused and dedicated. I would like to thank my wife for her support throughout this program and process.
Darla Darcy. I will forever be grateful for Judge Yolanda Huff, Officer Bandy, Samantha, Clarissa, Carolyn, Diane, Azalia, and many more. Way to go, Caitlin.
Stacey Elledge. There have been several people who have helped me along the way. For that, I am truly grateful.
Laura Escobar. I would like to give thanks to my family for being there for me, my counselor Roger, and my friend Wanda.
Caitlin Faust, this experience has saved my life. I am now in control, healthy, and happy with my life. I am so thankful for my second chance at life and happy to start school soon.
Erica Gonzalez. This program is a blessing in disguise and allowed me to become a better version of myself. The people I would like to thank the most are my beautiful mother, Belinda, my brother, Joseph, and my sweet daughter, Leah. Without their unconditional love and support, this path would have been a lot harder. Thank you, team, for believing in me.
Judge Hub, you are very motivational and caring, and appreciate the fact that you treat us all like normal people. We all may have made a mistake, but we're given a second chance. Thank you to all the mental health court staff who were supportive.
Kirsty Jones. This program has been an eye-opener of how important it is to live sober and at peace. Thank you all. Judge Hub for always seeing the better in people, Adrian for being there many times to listen, and to Sam for helping me get through my troubles. Most importantly, thank you, Mom and Jim, for never giving up on me and leading me closer to God. I love you both.
Shia Hership. Mental Health Court is a great program, and I hope to see other counties adopt a model like Judge Hub's Court. Thank you to Officer Vandy and Clarissa for being involved with my success.
Taylor Lewis. I would like to thank Judge Hub and Officer Ruiz for pushing me through my struggles and pushing to always do better.
Justine Martinez. I completed this program with the help and support of Judge Hub, my probation officer, and caseworker. I am very thankful for the group not giving up on me. I have remembered to breathe and know that I am no longer alone every single day.
Ernie Ortiz. This program helped me acknowledge that we are still people even when we make mistakes. Judge Hub and the entire mental health court team assisted me to get back on track so that I could continue to put my best foot forward.
Joshua Shanklin. Judge Hub was strict, yet caring and understanding. Officer Ruiz was supportive and helped me on my journey to recovery. Ms. Adrian was helpful in knowing classes to help me. Thank you guys, I will never give up.
Donna Smith. The program helped me better understand my anger and my mental health and the importance of calling the UA line consistently. My recovery has made my life amazing to live.
I would like to thank Officer Ruiz for taking the time to listen to me, guiding and encouraging me to do my best. Thank you to Mr. O'Donnell for believing in me and for your diligence with my case. And to Judge Hub and the entire mental health court team for your continuous support.
Ashley Krug. I am thankful for all the help and support from case managers and counselors.
David Rangel. I would especially like to thank Officer Bandy for always being available and helpful throughout the process. This has been a positive experience and can't be more thankful to this program. Thank you, Judge Rangel.
Next page will be to recognize the outstanding team members. Judge.
So this is me always trying to improve mental health for every year, just always get things that improve. So last year, we did this in December, I added an outstanding team member award. And our last year's winner was Michelle Star Salazar. So this year, I added an outstanding participant award and kept the outstanding team award also. So the two that are for my teams that are the outstanding team award goes to Jay Assistion. This is the word I want to put up as part of this program. So all these team members, all the staff that I look at, they're the ones that voted on this young man. And I want to say something about, we call them Jay on the team. You know when you meet that person and they're on your team and he's a co-worker and you know that if you're partnered with that person, they got you, they know, you know they're gonna do their job great. You just know they're gonna do so great because that is how they operate. That is Jay. Like when I call Jay, give me a report, he's gonna have every single judge. There's 3 missed calls, judge, and Jay will have everything too. Don't worry. Jay, so we had that leadership conference, Jay's the honor. He's the one that fine details, right? Just an outstanding team. And I wanted, I think that
Emil, my manager.
Emil is here. I know Jarvis was here and Emil was here. I wanted them to be here just to recognize this outstanding team member. He really is. So, outstanding team member. And again, this is like, we put the names out there and everyone voted on it. Our outstanding participant award goes to Caitlin Fowles. Come on up, Caitlin. You want to change, you want that change, you lean in. Because I tell them, the help is here, the team is here to support, but we're in a relationship. You guys gotta meet us halfway. And that is something that Caitlin did throughout. So proud of you, Caitlin. There you go.
Thank you.
There's some big awards. If I want to hold it up, I'm sure to cover my big head. All right, so again, for the Felony Mental Health Pretrial Diversion Program, outstanding team member award, which is so deserving. And I gotta say, I don't know, 8 years ago, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about. 8 years ago, she was assigned to work in the court as a prosecutor, and we went through a lot of difficult cases together. The court can be very difficult on the felony court side. Sally Unkerfer, can you come up? Give you one more highlights from Sally. She has been a prosecutor in Bexar County for 15 years. She is the only prosecutor that has ever worked with a felony mental health court. She is dedicated to always finding alternatives for those with mental health. She's passionate. She's a great advocate for those in need. She goes above and beyond for each individual that she comes across, and she has an infectious smile. So let's hear it for Sally. And for the Outstanding Participant Award, and he'll know exactly what I'm referring to. There's a sort of kinship that I have from the very moment that I saw him on the little Zoom screen. And it's not just because we're trying to figure out how to pronounce our name. Is it Rangel, Rangel, Rangel? Both of us came to the conclusion that we really don't care. David Rangel, can you come up? The outstanding participant. Great faith. Through his efforts, he's engaged in treatment and has been engaged since day one, showing incredible insight as it relates to his mental health, very family oriented and dedicated to his loved ones. It's a beautiful thing to see. Resilient, has adapted well to the positive changes in the mental health program. Very proud to have David up here.
So all the board can step forward. If anybody want to take pics, where's Booker? My photo. So thank you guys so much. Such well-deserved award. Does anyone want to say a few words? While you're up here, everyone nervous? Sounds like 50
Yeah, for South Pacific. Oh, what a beautiful morning. And this truly was a beautiful morning. Graduates, may the road rise up to meet you. I'd like to take an opportunity first to introduce my incredible team who works in the background and been always on the background. First, we have our department manager, Leticia Dominguez. Leticia, raise your hand. Melissa Lucio, our program, our subsidies. Safety, who is not here. And this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. So thank you for making it possible. Thank you for being here. And on behalf of judges, all our judges and participants, particularly our speaker, we would all like to thank your mother and father for making it possible, and I'll let Judge close us out.
Birthday, you're here to celebrate these graduates, to understand and educate yourself on the special course of Bear County. You know, you guys all know that it's very close and dear to my heart. I want to welcome everyone here that we have Jason Deli lunch boxes. We ordered plenty, thanks to Bless Angels Community Center this very time. Please stay. My daughter wanted me to tell you she ordered the cake. It's beautiful, and she said, "Don't mess up my masterpiece, Mom." So please get some of the cake. We have glittery out of those cute little cookies. Okay, so please stay and get a lunchbox. We have plenty. Okay, so at this time, all the graduates take your little tassels off, you know, because we're gonna throw our hats in the air. So make sure you take your tassels off, put that in your bag, and Judge Rangel, I'm gonna come and stand beside you. So everyone, get your cameras ready. We're gonna do the ceremony of up in the air. Everybody ready? Right. All right, Judge, you got your hat, you ready? Right there, right here. All up here. Everybody ready? Everybody got the camera ready? 1,